What is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Kari, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. I actually had a whole different video that was planned for these sneakers that I was going to show you guys today, but some late breaking news just came out and it changed the direction of the entire video. So today we're going to talk about the brand new red cement 3s that came out over All-Star Weekend. What's going on with this particular shoe and why it was the best and worst release so far of 2020. Without further ado, let's take a look. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Air Jordan 3 Unite Chicago. You probably didn't even realize that it was the Chicago version because I had the sneaker turned to the side, and it's the exact same sneaker as the regular Unite, which is where I kind of want to start with this. But before we get into my opinions about this sneaker as a whole, let's take a look at the shoe real quick. All right, now you guys have seen this sneaker a million times. We're not going to spend too much time on it. Regular Air Jordan 3 silhouette. Really like the cut of this sneaker. All red upper, that Chicago Bulls red. Nothing really different about that. Really nice leather though. I like the leather. It's pretty soft actually. It's nice. You can kind of fold that leather in and it folds in real easily. So I really like the leather that they put on the upper of the sneaker. Now, don't be fooled about that leather all the way around because again, we did get that real cheap leather down here on the bottom of the upper right above the midsole. Jordan Brand ain't going all out like that for us. Same black and white Air Jordan 3 midsole here. Really nice elephant print on the back heels of the sneaker. Same elephant print wrapping around the toe box of the sneaker. Nothing really different there. Classic Air Jordan 3 outsole with that classic Nike logo on the heel. And to cap it off, of course, that Jordan 3 tongue with that stitched Jumpman right in the middle, that big stitched Jumpman. I never get tired of that stitched Jumpman. Really nice. All right, let's get to the good part of the shoe here. First thing, of course, the Nike Shy instead of the Nike Air that's on the Unite 3s. And a part of the sneaker that I think is actually pretty slept on is the insole on the Nike Shy. Now, the Unite 3s, it's a red insole with white branding on the heel, but on the Nike Shy, you actually get a more premium, really soft feeling white insole here with this multicolored Nike with the word Shy underneath it in black. Now, a word of caution to all you guys that like to resell out there, this insole, as you can see, is white. It's already a little bit dirty and I haven't even put a foot in the shoe yet. So be careful if you're trying to try these shoes on because you are going to get that insole dirty very quickly. So be careful. Also, a really nice touch with these sneakers here. You get two sets of extra laces, the red Chicago laces, the white laces, and then of course it comes with the standard black laces. Personally, I'm kind of a fan of the white laces on these. I think the white is going to be a nice little pop. And that's pretty much it when it comes to these. That's literally the only differences in this shoe is the insole and the back heel tab of this sneaker. That's it. The box is the same. Everything else is exactly the same about the shoes as it was with the Unite 3s. Now, I waited to show you guys this one because it was supposed to be a Chicago exclusive over All-Star Weekend. So here's what happened. A lot of people, some people that I even know, went to Chicago, flew there because they were trying to get their hands on the New Beginnings pack, the Off-White 5s, and of course, the Chicago exclusive Jordan 3 red cements. Some people got them, some people didn't. Don't know why you weren't able to get them if you weren't able to get them because they pretty much were sitting everywhere. So it might have been a situation where maybe you weren't able to get the right size exactly you were looking for, but if you were looking for a pair of these, you definitely should have been able to get your hands on them. There were so many pairs of these that the prices on StockX started going down. And the prices started going down even more because Nike released the Unite 3s, the regular red cement 3s that really the only difference just was that they said Nike Air on the back of the shoe and had what I personally feel is actually a better insole. Some people actually preferred the Nike Air on the back of the sneaker. Some people didn't want a shoe that said Shy on the back because if you're not from Chicago, yeah, it might be a little bit more exclusive for the hype beast, but there are some people that just want that regular Nike Air on the back of the shoe, and I'm not mad at it either way. So like I said, a lot of people went to Chicago, they thought that they were gonna get a rack of these, they thought they were gonna sell them for a ton of money, but here's where Nike kind of pulled the bait and switch. I was nervous that Nike actually made too many pairs of the sneaker. I felt like something was a little odd about that because they made so many pairs of the Unites and so many pairs of the Chicagos, and then this is what I saw just today. Nike updated the SNKRS app today with the Chicago version of the Unite 3s with a planned release date of February the 22nd. Now, obviously, this really pissed a lot of people off because there were a lot of people that actually went to Chicago and dealt with that 2-degree weather just to try to get their hands on a pair of these, only for Nike to pull a fast one and to go ahead and release them on the app. Why did Nike do that? Here's my thoughts. I think that Nike is releasing the Chicago 3s because they actually didn't sell enough of them in Chicago. I know that Nike made a lot of pairs of these, but I just don't think that they sold quite as well as Nike anticipated that they would. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Here's why. I think this is one of the best releases of 2020 so far because honestly, it was a lot of hype involved with the sneaker and Nike released it in a way that really drove the hype up even more. Not only that, but they released a constellation version of the Unite 3s that really got people excited about getting the colorway as a whole. But again, if you were in Chicago, you actually got that feeling of being able to walk into a store at any given time and being able to get your hands on a really hyped up sneaker, which, as we all know, doesn't really happen that often. Now, why was it one of the worst releases of 2020? Again, because a lot of people had this sneaker on their radar and it was part of the reason why they were in those really crazy cold temperatures out of Chicago, while they were waiting in those ridiculous lines trying to get a pair. And to do all of that just to go back home and to see basically the slap in the face that these sneakers are going to be coming out online anyway, I'd be upset. I don't know about you guys, but if I spent my money to go out there to get the same sneaker that everybody is going to be able to cop in the comfort of their own home, I'd be really upset. Here's why it's difficult being Nike right now. You're trying to sell sneakers, but you're also trying to keep people excited about product while also making sure that they get their hands on product. The marketing team has to work overtime to ensure that hyped up products are made in big enough quantities for them to seem really limited, but for them to not really be limited. So how do you do that? You release a large quantity of sneakers in a really small area like Chicago, so people don't really know how many pairs of the sneakers are actually made. Then you come out with a dummy version of the sneaker, which is the Unite 3s with the Nike Air on the back, that we pretty much know are going to end up in outlets one of these days. You put those out on the SNKRS App first to give people the feeling that they're still able to cop the sneakers so they don't have that FOMO. But at the same time, you also have these in the chamber getting ready to lock them and load them into the SNKRS App right after All-Star Weekend is over with. Basically, Nike sold double the pairs of the exact same sneaker with a few little tweaks on it. Bravo, Nike. I'm not mad at it. But what I am kind of mad at are the people that I know, close friends of mine, that actually went out there in those crazy cold temperatures to try to get their hands on a shoe like this, that have told me themselves on Instagram and on Twitter today how upset they honestly are that they went out there for that and it felt like a big waste because the sneaker's already coming out of the SNKRS App. If I said it once, I've said it a million times. The game is the game when it comes to sneakers. And hey, Nike didn't ask anybody to come to Chicago, drop what they're doing, spend all of their money to come out and get this sneaker. This is something that they wanted to do for the people already in Chicago. Nike knows that a lot of resellers were going to come to the city, but honestly, Nike doesn't care about you reselling. Nike doesn't care about the kind of money that you can make off this sneaker either, because it wasn't for you. It was for the people of Chicago that were already in the city. So if you're upset that you had to spend your money to travel, I don't really know what to say about that, because again, Nike don't care about resellers. But what Nike does care about is moving product and selling units. And however they're going to be able to sell those units, that's what they're going to do. So they have to put a sneaker on the SNKRS App because it didn't sell out in Chicago, but Chicago got first dibs. That's exactly what they're going to do to get the units sold. And I'm pretty sure that Nike isn't going to be up at night crying in their sleep because the resellers aren't able to make as much money as they originally hoped that they would be able to make. All right, guys, that's my 2 cents about the shoe. That's all that I got for the Chicago Unite 3s. Now it's time for you guys to sound off down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about these. Were you able to get your hands on a pair of the exclusive version? Did you get your hands on a pair of the regular version with the Nike Air? Or did you get both? What do you like about them? What do you not like about them? Is it too much red for you? Were you able to get your hands on any of the other all-star sneakers like the reverse bred Jordan 1s or the New Beginnings pack or the coveted off-white 5s? Sound off down below. Let me know. Of course, write it down in the comments. Make sure that you click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the SneakerPhetish family to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you, I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Air Jordan 3 Red Cement Unite Chicago version. And until next time, I'm out.